powerful shifts happen when you can take a day off from your creative work without losing momentum. Give me the next few minutes and I'll show you what those shifts are and how they made all the difference to one of the poets I work with. My name is Christine Karen. I'm the founder of Good Jelly. I work with people who care deeply about their creative work, and I help them make progress that's not just reliable, but inevitable. For most people, taking a day off from their creative work feels risky, especially if they're in a streak of progress and in deep flow. The fear is that if they stop, they'll lose momentum and get stuck. So the instinct is to never stop at all. But that is not sustainable. And the real problem is not the stopping, it's not knowing how to stop and restart without losing momentum. That's exactly what one of the poets in my program was struggling with. Every time she missed a day working on her poetry, it was hard for her to get back into flow. So she kept trying to work on her poetry daily, even though the realities of her life didn't allow for that. But once she learned how to stop and restart without losing momentum, a few things shifted. She had less stress and more confidence that her poetry would move forward. She was able to make more progress more often with less rigidity, meaning she could make progress without needing a formal daily session. Finally, she felt much more in charge of her creative work overall. Here's what those shifts looked like day to day. Shift number 1, less stress and more confidence in making progress. Before she knew how to stop and restart without losing a beat, it always felt to her like her momentum was shaky, even a little fragile. And it was a crapshoot if it would start again. It was like her poetry progress was a car with a faulty battery. Now she just puts in the key and turns, or presses start, and like an ignition, her progress re-engages. Simple and reliable. Shift number 2, more progress with less rigidity. Knowing she could stop and start at will gave her a sense of freedom. She found herself landing a couple lines while she was drinking coffee. A few more would come when she was working at her day job or on her way to her critique group. Before she started to work with us, she was convinced she needed a specific block of time at the same time every day to make progress. Now she sees things differently. She can make progress anywhere at any time. She keeps a pen and paper or her phone nearby so she can capture those ideas whenever and wherever they come. And then a few times a week, she sits down and shapes those bits and bobs into finished poems. That flexibility works much better with the realities of her life rather than trying to force those regimented daily sessions. Finally, the most powerful shift of all for her was her sense of authority over her creative work. In the past, when she got feedback from her critique group or went to a conference and heard how other poets work, she would start to doubt, but not just her own work process, everything. But she found that once she knew how to take time off without getting thrown off course, that doubt fell away. She was and is now fully in charge of her poetry, her process, and even her entire creative adventure in a way she had never experienced before. To this day, she says that final shift is the most powerful gift the Good Jelly approach has given her. All because she learned how to stop and start her creative work without losing momentum.